rays of sunshine, because 7-year-old Ryan Cheshire from Shenley in Hertfordshire, who leads England out today, is suffering from leukemia, and the Rays of Sunshine charity have made his day possible. And just wait now, there won't be any need for any words from me when the teams hit the pitch, because Old Trafford is absolutely jumping. Listen to this. Tony Christie may be top of the charts with his revival song, Is This the Way to Amarillo, but the equivalent song for England supporters since the closure of the old Wembley has to be, Is This the Way to Old Trafford? Because this is their 5th contemporary appearance here. Of course, there was the 2-2 draw with Greece when they qualified for the last World Cup, and England will be back here twice in the autumn for the final group matches against Austria and Poland. So by the time the new Wembley opens a year from now, Old Trafford will be out on its own as England's temporary home, staging 7 internationals with crowds like today's 66,000. And 6,500 of them are vociferous Northern Ireland supporters who are going to make a real party of this. And the team's lined up for the ceremonial proceedings.
Ladies and gentlemen, the teams are now being presented to representatives of the Football Association and the Irish FA.
That's Jeff Thompson, the FA chairman, just leading the party onto the pitch. David Beckham to introduce the England team. Well, Graham, this is a terrific atmosphere.
Oh, it's fantastic, and it makes everybody wonder, why don't we still have these home internationals? It's such a shame. I know the fixture list doesn't allow it, but it's great for British football to see all these fans having a great day out, and what a great atmosphere. It should be an excellent game.
It's 25 years since Northern Ireland as much as scored against England. Terry Cochrane was the last player to register a goal in this equivalent fixture for the Irish. That was back in 1980. Wonder if one of the Irish players could make a name for himself by doing that today. The officials, by the way, are from Germany. Wolfgang Stark is the referee. Markus Scheibel and Peter Hennes are his 2 assistants, and Peter Sippel is the 4th official. Mike Taylor is the Northern Ireland goalkeeper from Birmingham City. There's some names here that you'll perhaps not know quite so well, but we'll introduce them as the game goes on. That's Tony Capaldi there, the left back from Plymouth, number 3. Number 5 is Colin Murdoch from Motherwell. And number 8 there, Torrey Docherty, very combative midfield player from Bristol City, who we're told has got a chance of moving up to a bigger scene at some time. Jeff Whitley is number 10, he's from Sunderland.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also discuss for the national
Now, only one national anthem today, for obvious reasons. It'll be sung by Martin Toll. The England supporters applaud as well, have been really looking forward to this occasion. They trained here yesterday afternoon, the Irish, and when we look at the two teams, you'll see that there's quite a contrast in experience, as Gary was saying in the studio. England have 3 players from Manchester United, 3 from Chelsea, including Joe Cole, of course, 2 from Real Madrid, 1 from Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham. Ericsson here, Graham, reverting to a 4-4-2 formation today.
Yeah, he is, and I see the England midfield, really, they look ominously strong against their Northern Irish counterparts. I think that Gerrard and Lampard will be the basis, I think, of all that comes through the England team, and that will give the wide players, Beckham and Cole, to get forward and support Rooney and Owen. I think they can cause Northern Ireland all sorts of problems if they get their game plan right.
Well, only 4 of Northern Ireland's starting 11 play for Premiership clubs, 2 from Birmingham, goalkeeper Taylor and Damien Johnson, who I believe will play just behind Healy as the support striker. Chris Baird at right back is yet to make a Premiership appearance for Southampton this season. We've heard already, of course, about the captain, Aaron Hughes, from Newcastle. The senior man in the lineup, Graham, Keith Gillespie of Leicester, who wins his 60th cap today. You'll have played directly against him.
I've played against Keith a few times, and on his day, he's a very, very good player. He's quick, he's good with the ball, he moves the ball well, and he's an excellent crosser of the ball. But he lacks a little bit of inconsistency, and he's got to really get about his job today, and then he might be able to provide something for the Northern Irish strike force.
Yeah, let's have a look at the substitutes, because Emil Heskey's been named on the bench along with Kieran Dyer. And Northern Ireland, well, again, you won't know them all. Carroll, of course, is a Manchester United player. Williams is at MK Dons at the moment. Kirk at Northampton, signed from Boston United. Davis of Aston Villa, promising player for the future. Young Steve Jones, 18 years old, from Crewe Alexandra, may be going to Sunderland, we're told. Feeney, who signed for Luton only on Thursday, is one of the other subs. And down on the bench, Sven-Göran Eriksson. It's his 50th match in charge. He's never lost a qualifier. 14 wins and 4 draws in 18 matches. And on the Ireland bench, as well as Laurie Sanchez, who has extended his contract this week by 2 years, Derek McKinley, the kit man's down there, 177 consecutive matches he's put the Northern Ireland shirts out. Sanchez regards him as a valuable member of his team. So we're all set to go, and England are wearing a new kit. They're playing with a new football. Is there renewed hope here for the World Cup prospects, Graham?
As long as the ball's round, then we're OK, John.
Well, the surface at Old Trafford, I was talking to Phil Neville, who's not in the side today. He was telling me this pitch is so much better than the one that Manchester United were playing on earlier in the season. There may be a little bit of zip in it, Graham, because there was some rain about an hour ago.
Yeah, and that's going to favour England, certainly with the passing ability that the English players have. I think that will favour them slightly. And hopefully the pitch will hold up. It's renowned for getting a little bit bumpy and bobbly out there. That'll suit the Northern Irish, but from England's point of view, they'll be very keen to start well.
So, the colours all too obvious as Rio Ferdinand just nods that first ball back to Robinson. Ashley Cole, who's been in the centre of so much media attention, is playing at left back. Northern Ireland will just let Healy raid alone up front, but you can bet your life that Johnson, the number 6, is going to try and unsettle England by coming in behind him. That's the plan that Jerry Armstrong, the coach, and Sanchez have worked on all week. Number 11 there for England, Joe Cole. What a good opportunity for him today. Gerrard now. Very deliberate start.
Well, within a minute you can see that England are going to get a lot of possession and just have to be patient in their build-up and try and just break gaps in the Northern Ireland midfield and then get onto the back four. But they'll take their time. John Terry's an experienced player now, and obviously Rio Ferdinand. They'll be encouraged by their club managers to play this way, so it won't be a surprise to see them keeping the ball, not risking long passes.
Well, England haven't got out their own half yet, have they? I don't think Northern Ireland have touched the ball either.
They won't be worried about that at the moment.
Well, John Terry wanting to get things moving here. There goes Michael Owen trying to get in behind Aaron Hughes, who, by the way, is wearing 18. There's no number 4 on the Northern Ireland side at the moment. Here's Capaldi. Really had a very good match down in Cardiff when Ireland drew 2-2 with 9 men. Tony Capaldi, he was outstanding, 23 years old. And Gary Neville takes the throw. Touched inside by Lampard, nodded on there by Owen. And Healy is not going to get any change in the air, I don't think, against Ferdinand and Terry. Joe Cole, Lampard, lost it to Whitley, won back by John Terry. Now then, expectation, Joe Cole.
That's when England really spring to life. When they get in that final third, the movement's excellent, passing's good, and very slick performance there early on. What Joe Cole's got to do there is just hit the target, maybe.
qualifier, England got a very early goal and then had to wait a long time for the second one. Here's Gary Neville. Beckham's on this side as well. Oh, clever dummy by Owen, tried to get it back from Rooney, and Colin Murdoch, the number 5, had to concede the corner.
Murdoch did well there. He tracked his runner Michael Owen and managed to get it out the corner.
Turned in by Jones, taken short. John Terry is up here. This is Joe Cole. Chance of another shot. Comes out to Gerrard. And Ferdinand on his way back there. Lampard, Joe Cole. England moving it around a bit now. Terry stayed forward. Gary Neville's made a run. That's Gerrard's deflected shot. It's still free. Owen trying to get in behind. And Chris Baird there from your club, Graham, Southampton, just nudging the ball away. Gerrard. Of course, Baird played in the FA Cup final 2 years ago. One of virtually his first appearance. This is Beckham now. Hasn't really got on the ball yet. David Beckham, who's the senior man with 79 caps now for England, one ahead of Gary Neville. Now then, Keith Gillespie, and Johnson's made a forward run. They have got players forward here, Northern Ireland. Gillespie shut off there in the end by Ferdinand. Got a push.
Just slightly. That's good play by Rio Ferdinand, and that shows the sort of composure he's got at this level in difficult defensive areas. He just shuffled him out of the way and got onto the ball.
Joe Cole seeing plenty of the ball early on that left-hand side. And this is Capaldi, and he's got Stuart Elliott from Hull City out here as well, number 11. Healy. This is Healy, plays at Leeds now. Shot hits Ferdinand. Owen to Beckham. Lampard. Wayne Rooney dropping deep. Neville. Lampard lets Rooney take over. Owen's in the centre. Rooney takes on Capaldi. Corner to England again.
Again, good play by England. Wayne Rooney making a driving run, winning another corner. Let's see if they play another short one or try and test out the aerial strength of the Northern Irish defence.
Well, John Terry is a real threat at these, isn't he? 8 goals this season for Chelsea. He's on the penalty spot. Ferdinand's there as well. That is John Terry!
That's a wonderful ball into the box. John Terry's timed his movement perfectly, risen above the Northern Irish defender.
John Terry, who, along with Frank Lampard, is one of the candidates for Footballer of the Year, Graham.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous season. He's been so solid for Chelsea, and he'll be really looking to use this opportunity to establish himself as a partner for Rio Ferdinand. He's unlucky there with the header. Determination in the air, and he'll get plenty of goals from that position.
And a perfect deliverer there for him. Competing in midfield for Northern Ireland. Then it was Johnson. Now it's Rooney on the chest. Beckham. Oh, it's a good run by Joe Cole from left to right. He took on Baird.
It's good defending by Chris Baird. Joe Cole is a handful, especially when he's in the penalty box. A nice step over, but well defended by Chris Baird, my colleague at Southampton.
Yes, he followed Joe Cole right across the pitch there, Graham, when Cole obviously has got licence to move in from that left-hand side. The Northern Ireland supporters were an absolute delight down in Wales in the 2-2 draw in Cardiff, which I saw, a match which was spoiled really by 3 sendings off, which is why Michael Hughes is not able to lead Northern Ireland today. He's still suspended. Beckham. Little touch by Joe Cole to Gerrard. That came off the heels of Gillespie. Ashley Cole well forward, but he's in fact too far forward because he's offside.
That's unlucky by Ashley Cole there. This is typical of the way he plays. As soon as there's a space in front of him that's left by Joe Cole, or in this case Wayne Rooney, he just fills that space going forward, and that allows the passing vision of Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard and David Beckham to pick him out. And as a defender, it's very hard to defend against, because you don't know whether to follow your man or stay in the space in case somebody else comes into it. So it's going to be difficult for Northern Ireland. This is where England have got a great advantage with the type of players that they've got playing in those offensive areas.
This is Doherty of Bristol City. Oh, he's lost it. And Rooney and Owen have got a break on here. Rooney sliding it through. Michael Owen. He's got Joe Cole following up. Oh, it's come away by Murdoch. Two were waiting in the centre. It's Cole again. And Owen again. Gerrard. Got it back from Lampard. Finally, it's cleared by Gillespie up to Healy, who took that down ever so well. David Healy, oh, look at that. Good skill, you'll get a free kick as well. Really good play by the lone front man.
That's exactly what you want from somebody who's playing up front by themselves. Took the ball down well, kept it brilliantly, and drew the foul from Frank Lampard. It was always a foul. Now he's given his chance to have a bit of a respite and to work on one of their training ground set pieces, maybe.
Well, set pieces have been a feature of Laurie Sanchez's career, both as player and manager. We've seen the goal in the cup final. They've worked on them all week. Murdoch has gone forward, number 5. Chris Baird to take. Aaron Hughes is there too. Touch didn't quite work, but Whitley got it back towards Johnson. Baird again. Good chasing back there, actually, by Damien Johnson of Birmingham here. And he's doing well on the ball. That's Whitley to Doherty. Pass is being cheered here. Baird forward. Another free kick. Another free kick to Northern Ireland. Gerrard claiming he played the ball. Referee from Germany says no.
The thing is, Steven Gerrard went to ground, and I think he just caught Damien Johnson. It may have been an accident, but he definitely caught him. And it's good to see that the Premiership players that play for Northern Ireland are taking responsibility already in this game.
They are. Aaron Hughes has had a quiet word with Whitley there of encouragement. In fact, Hughes has now gone right up next to Murdoch for this free kick. That's Murdoch heading it on, but there's a flag. The referee's blown for a foul. Well, that was Ian Dowie for a minute. A bit of a lookalike, isn't he?
From a distance.
Colin Murdoch, yeah, 29 years old, scored against Austria recently. This is Terry. Rooney. Northern Ireland have made a solid enough start, but England contributing to that by giving the ball away twice there. This is Doherty. Healy. He looks lively, doesn't he, Healy? But the referee says get up this time. He's not going to give a free kick. Beckham. Lampard. Joe Cole. Rooney. Lampard. Good play by England. Frank Lampard going through. Good challenge. Murdoch. Really exciting few days this in the international calendar. World Cup qualifiers taking place all over the globe, not just in Europe. That's a free kick. This time Murdoch will be penalised for the challenge on Frank Lampard.
Well, that's a nasty tackle, that. He's actually come in with his foot really high on Frank Lampard's shin.
Joe Cole. Ashley Cole. Interchange between the two on the left side. Now it's Beckham. Neville. It's curved into the far post, and just for a moment there, thought Ashley Cole was going to get into a scoring position.
What a great pass by David Beckham that is. That's the true David Beckham, really. You see, flat ball, and it's almost impossible for a defender to get something on that, but Chris Baird did ever so well just to get a touch and knock it out for a corner.
Which Beckham will take from the far side this time. Ferdinand and Terry are there again. Referee says goal kick. Well, Lampard showed us in the European Championships that he can get into some telling positions with head as well as foot. This ground will eventually hold 75,000 when Manchester United embark on their expensive plan to put more seats in two of the corners. One or two nice touches by Healy early on. Really, one of these England centre-backs ought to be able to come out, Graham, didn't they? I mean, they've only got one to mark there, really.
Yeah, if they get the opportunity, we've already seen John Terry do it, bring the ball forward twice, and I think if they get the opportunity, they'll start the forward movements off from them.
Well, here's Joe Cole in full cry. Three waiting in the centre. David Beckham trying to get there.
Well, I don't want to harp on about left-footed players playing on the left, but that's an example there of a right-footed player in Joe Cole cutting back on his left foot. It's a great ball into the box, great bit of skill to get there and get the delivery in. But David Beckham, because Joe Cole's checked back onto his right foot, David Beckham's already standing in the box, and it's almost impossible then for somebody to get ahead on it and get something on target.
I think the defender didn't do badly either. I think he just jerked David Beckham slightly there.
He did.
Out of the flight of the ball. This is Ferdinand for England. Rooney. Oh, now then, Damian Johnson. Gillespie. Stuart Elliott are coming in from this side. Gary Neville gave him half a yard, and it came back for Doherty to strike.
That's a speculative effort by Doherty, but a good strike nonetheless. Unfortunately for them, it didn't hit the target.
Well, a quarter of an hour gone in this World Cup qualifier. David Beckham chasing Aaron Hughes. Of course, Poland, England's nearest challengers in this group. They play today at home at 5 o'clock against Azerbaijan, the team that England play on Wednesday when the fixtures are reversed and Northern Ireland go to Poland. Here's Gerrard. Rooney. Ashley Cole well forward again in this attack. But Rooney hung onto the ball a bit there and they got it away from him. This is Capaldi. Cut out by Neville. Wales and Austria are playing at the Millennium Stadium at the same time as this game in the group, and there's no score in that first competitive game for John Toshak after 15 minutes. But here's Michael Owen looking to create something for England. Goal kick.
Lovely piece of skill from Joe Cole, and that's what he's in the team for. He can create something out of nothing. He had a very difficult ball played to him and just made a beautiful sort of back heel into Michael Owen's path. Unfortunately for Michael Owen, it went out for a goal kick.
Well, Laurie Sanchez there sorting a few things out from the perimeter area. But if Joe Cole can keep this up, we might just have an answer to the left side position, even though he's not naturally left-footed.
He always wants the ball, and I think if you use players like that in the right way, you know, you don't need to have a left-sided player there, but it's how you use them. And if you're expecting them to get crosses in every 5 minutes, it's not going to work. But if you want to get him in off the line to create chances from inside the pitch, then play him.
Here's Lampard. Oh, he slid that ball through to Michael Owen. Great chance for England. Oh, and Mike Taylor makes the save. Owen holds his head. It looked like goal number 29 for England for Michael Owen here, Graham.
Again, a bit of skill from Joe Cole. Great weighted pass from Frank Lampard. Michael Owen's in on goal where he wants to be, and that's a man lacking in confidence from my point of view. Michael Owen, in confident form, would just slot that into the back of the net.
Do we give the goalkeeper credit?
I think we give him some credit. Obviously, he's stayed tall and got down very easily to it, but I think you've got to say that Michael Owen should really have put that away.
That's the first clean chance of the match here for Michael Owen in England. Slid through really by Rooney, and this is Wickley for Northern Ireland. today's match programme the long list of England's leading goal scorers. Michael Owen is at the moment in the all-time list 8th equal with the legendary Steve Bloomer, who was a famous England player at the start of the 20th century and must be the only player of that generation who you can actually buy a shirt off, as you can in Derby now.
Have you got one?
My son has, but I didn't know they didn't issue things like that in Bloomer's day, did they? He's had to wait 100 and something years for it. Anyway, here's Gary Neville with the throw for England to Owen. We do come out with some stuff, don't we? Sorry about it.
I love it.
Here's Ashley Cole to Joe Cole. Just touched the German referee there, and that was good for Wickley, but that pass wasn't. At the moment, both teams finding it quite hard to string a few passes together. This is Gerrard.
I think Northern Ireland know what their task is, and that is just to keep as close to each other as you can. Don't let any gaps between you, and that's what they're doing quite well.
They certainly are closing England down, there's no question about that. This is Lampard, though. Owen finds Neville. Rooney darts into the box now. That's meant for Rooney! Oh, is it the post? And scrambled away by Baird. Wayne Rooney for England, so close. Here they come again with Joe Cole. Gerrard. Neville. Owen. Referee says play on. Owen looks aghast. Capaldi for Northern Ireland trying to find Healy here. Rio Ferdinand. That's a free kick to England. What about that Rooney effort?
Oh, that was a great header. I mean, the ball was behind him and he's got such a strong neck. How he managed to get some leverage on that, beat Mike Taylor, who's a big goalkeeper, and it just so unfortunately comes off the post.
Meanwhile, Ashley Cole is chased down the left and won a throw for England down by the flag. This is Lampard into Joe Cole. Gerrard to Rooney. Sees it so early, gets it back. That's a Rooney shot! Oh, and Mike Taylor turns it round.
Fine save by Mike Taylor there. What a great shot. Wayne Rooney's come to life all of a sudden with two fantastic efforts. Struck the ball beautifully there. Look at that.
Oh, look at the crowd behind the goal there. Corner to be taken by David Beckham. John Terry just by the 6-yard line. Rooney being wrestled. It's Terry who had the header, and it's rolled out for a goal kick.
The exciting thing about England at the moment when they're going forward is every single player who's in a forward position wants the ball, and that causes all sorts of problems for any team that they're playing against. Wayne Rooney, although he's playing up front, he'll drop off onto the midfield. He's dropped deep there, received the ball, and what a great hit that is. But Mike Taylor's seen it coming, read it well, and got a good strong sort of palm on it for a corner at the time.
Had a good season with Birmingham, Graham, actually, Mike Taylor. He's probably been their most consistent player, I'm told.
I think he's an excellent goalkeeper. He's a great athlete, very professional in the way he goes about his business, and he's done an excellent job for Birmingham.
Funnily enough, I remember him signing for Barnet a few years ago when Ray Clement, to whom we wish all the best, by the way, unwell at the moment and not able to take part in the goalkeeping coaching, but Ray Clement signed Mike Taylor from Farnborough for Barnet, so he's known football at different levels. Here's Rooney to Gerrard. That's a good bit of play by Damian Johnson, another Birmingham player. Wickley. Northern Ireland have survived a couple of scares here, and they're halfway through the first half, and it's 0-0 in the World Cup qualifier. Ashley Cole. Lampard. Steven Gerrard wanting to play it forward to Rooney.
Take a lot of hope actually from the fact that England have had a couple of good chances and failed to score. That they'll feel that they're in with a good chance of getting something out of this game at the stage we're at the moment.
Well, they've kept England out for considerably longer than Wales did here in the earlier match. This is Gerrard. Oh, Owen's gone down there, challenged by Murdoch. Referee says push, free kick.
At international level, that's always going to be a foul. He's come through the back of Michael there. It's not a bad tackle or anything, but he's just come from behind, he's kicked Michael's foot, and obviously a foul.
So David Beckham here, just waiting to see what's happening to his left. Terry and Ferdinand are going to go up to the far side of the box with Rooney. Now can Beckham put this on the proverbial sixpence for one of those England? Here comes Terry, heads it back. Oh, the whistle's gone. John Terry's been penalised, I think, for climbing over his opponent.
That's a little bit harsh, because it's one of those balls that are played in. It's quite a slow ball into the box. It's there to be won. And he has got his arm over Aaron Hughes a little bit. I suppose the refs have made a good decision there.
We've had some problems with Sven would know, some referees in Germany recently, but none here today. Wolfgang Stark looks very calm and measured in his decisions. Ericsson, meantime, would appreciate a decision probably in England's favour to get them off and running in this game. They've hit the post, had one effort well saved, well, two saved now by Taylor, one from Owen and one from Rooney. The other end, Paul Robinson won't be seeing too much of the action, I suspect, today. Driven ball by Frank Lampard, looking on the far side for Ashley Cole, who gets it now from Gerrard and finds Joe Cole. Lampard can swing it out the other way to Gary Neville. Beckham. Elliott shutting down Neville here. Northern Ireland really are working overtime to preventing them from moving the ball forward. But Lampard does that, finds Joe Cole. Oh, he's played the ball in for David Beckham here. But Beckham unable to make anything of it, and then in an attempt to get it back, he fouls quickly, but the referee plays an advantage. This is still Beckham's chasing back. This is Stephen Elliott. It was Joe Cole who challenged him. Referee says get up, and England play on. Good tempo to the game, Graham, at the moment.
There is, and that was a foul actually by Joe Cole, and the referee didn't go for it.
Rooney. Lampard. Joe Cole. John Terry's in the box, and Whitley in the way of Joe Cole's effort.
Joe Cole just has to be a little more patient there. Just keep the ball in that area, and something will open up eventually. But Northern Ireland, they're pressing in the right areas and winning the ball quite comfortably.
Well, here's Doherty doing a steady job in the middle of the pitch. Whitley, who's alongside him. Capaldi. Aaron Hughes, the captain. Baird. And Healy had fallen over there before that ball was released.
Yeah, it's a good ball by Chris Baird, but realistically, even if Healy does get on the end of that, he hasn't got enough support. The distances are too big for anybody to really help in those positions. And that's the trouble for Northern Ireland, really, is whether they can actually be a force going forward.
Well, there's Johnson making a challenge on Lampard. He's the one who's supposed to be trying to get there if he can to support Healy. Here's Beckham for England. Gerrard. Oh, that's a free kick. Murdoch on Rooney.
Yes, Murdoch again. I think a couple more of those will go in the referee's book, actually.
As you saw from our team caption at the beginning, there are several players here on one yellow card in this competition. England have Owen and Rooney, in fact, with a caution against their name. The second one today would mean they miss the game against Azerbaijan, which incidentally is live with us again on Wednesday night from Newcastle. David Beckham puts the ball down. Now then, we've seen him do remarkable things here at Old Trafford from free kicks. Mike Taylor will know all about it. 5 in the wall, no, only 4 now. Here's Beckham. Oh, it brings another save out of the goalkeeper.
Well struck free kick by David Beckham. It kept very low, actually. And Mike Taylor's done well. He's only seen it once that's come around the wall. It's going in the corner. Very good save again.
That's going to come? Oh no, it's not going to come to Gerrard. Northern Ireland pulled everybody back and got the ball away from Beckham's corner. Well, so far, it's Mike Taylor in goal for Northern Ireland who's distinguishing himself. This is Rooney. Neville. Lampard back to Neville. Ferdinand has stayed forward in this attack. Murdoch heads clear for Northern Ireland. It's quite compelling watching England try to work a passage because Northern Ireland are scurrying around the pitch, denying them space. This is Lampard. Joe Cole trying to work that left side again. That's his cross. Again, it was the right-footed cross into the box, favouring the defenders. Here's Neville. Ashley Cole's up far side. In fact, he's more or less playing as a winger, and Gillespie's having to go back and cover him all the time. Gerrard. Owen. Here comes Capaldi with the header out. To Elliott. Well, Northern Ireland have survived for half an hour.
They've survived, but they look like they're using a lot of energy in defending and keeping their lines close together. And the worry for them is that they just can't get out. And eventually, if England remain patient and don't rush things, they will create more opportunities.
Here's Elliott. Now, Northern Ireland were playing it a bit tight there. This is Lampard. Ashley Cole. Joe Cole. This comes off Baird. Now Gerrard. Rooney. Oh, Rooney's tried from there.
That's another good effort. I don't know if that's a shot in anger, really, a bit of frustration as well. It's a great effort. He gets tackled quite heavily after his shot, but Mike Taylor's got that covered all the way.
So the question is, how are England going to beat Mike Taylor? The shots on target 4, and Northern Ireland yet to register one. That's been the way it is, really.
I think it's more of the same, John, from England. I think they've got to just keep doing what they're doing. Don't get frustrated. Don't try and take it into your own hand. Just keep playing as a team and keep the movement going. And like I say, they will create more chances.
This is Ferdinand. Joe Cole to his namesake. Lampard backing them up. Two of them combining again as Baird diligently gets back to clear.
He covered Keith Gillespie well there, Chris Baird. Ashley Cole made a run off him and would have got in if it wasn't for the defensive awareness of Chris Baird. You can just see some of the Northern Irish players, they're not enjoying this at the moment. They're not getting on the ball as much as they'd like to. They're having to put all their energy into stopping England playing, and that doesn't allow the sort of attacking qualities of their team to come through. So they're going to have to be so disciplined and really believe in what they're doing to actually keep this up.
Yeah, they had to come into the game with something of a siege mentality, that's true. Laurie Sanchez, though, has planned this in some detail, and so far England have failed to make the breakthrough. This is Beckham. Gillespie and Baird trying to shut down Messrs Cole on that far side. Lampard. Gerrard now. Chance of a shot from him, it hits Murdoch. Rebound favoured Northern Ireland. Gillespie. Healy the only man ahead of him.
He was happy to get a throw-in out of that, Keith Gillespie, because Healy was up front by himself with both John Terry and Rio Ferdinand more or less standing on him.
Quite a few of these Northern Ireland players have Manchester United connections. Gillespie, of course, was here before he went to Newcastle. Murdoch and Healy were both on the staff here at one time. Here's Doherty. Tries to pick out Healy, who's doing well up there against Terry in this particular phase. Elliott's in the penalty area. He's got back up here from Damian Johnson. There's the cross. Too long for Elliott and Doherty, who both managed to get there into the box. And now Beckham. Used to be his personal fiefdom, the right flank at Old Trafford. And he's curved that ball in, but only onto the head of Aaron Hughes. But Healy's offside. England were in a long line there.
That's unlucky, David Healy. Good run, good ball by Keith Gillespie. The worrying thing for Northern Ireland really is, although they've got some possession there, they're really just passing the ball sideways, just I think to get their breaths back, to try and absorb another England attack.
David Healy's their all-time top scorer with 16 goals, winning his 41st cap today. Gerrard trying to get there, but his 33rd international, Steven Gerrard, 5 England goals to his name. And the massed ranks there from Northern Ireland. Healy with 10 minutes left in the first half here. Johnson. This is Jeff Whitley. To Doherty. Healy being marked by Ashley Cole here. He's managed to find Gillespie. It's come back to Doherty, and Northern Ireland managing to press England back for once. Turned out to be a very good ball from Murdoch, that to Baird, and that's going to be a free kick to Northern Ireland against Joe Cole. Assistant referee on the far side flagged immediately.
You can see Joe Cole wins the ball there, but Chris Baird, momentum's taking him forward. The way he fell, I think, encouraged the linesman, referee's assistant, to actually give a free kick.
Well, I think what will happen here, Graham, is Capaldi, who's the left footer, will go across and put the ball down from that angle. And Murdoch has gone into the penalty area, so has Aaron Hughes. Elliott's there with them. Bit of work for England's defenders to do here. Capaldi turns it in. Oh, and Elliott just couldn't get the other side of the defender. Northern Ireland keep the ball in the England half. Whitley. Now Capaldi in his more familiar position. Gillespie, Healy. Well, it's key ball for the Irish at the moment. Nursing the ball on the right touchline. This is Johnson. Baird comes forward to help them. Healy's there again with the nod on, cleared by Gerrard. For the moment it's England who can't get the ball, but they will now with Rooney.
That's a fantastic defensive tackle by Keith Gillespie, because otherwise Wayne Rooney's on his bike, as they say. He'd be steaming down that left side if it got past him there.
Rio Ferdinand for England. Neville. Gerrard. Irish pushing right up on the England man in possession. They work the ball out to Ashley Cole. Gerrard's driven pass, he's looking for Neville, but it's too strong.
One thing I've noticed, when the ball gets played back to Murdoch when he's on the halfway line, they're looking at the space behind Ashley Cole. There's a big space where Ashley Cole sometimes overcovers and Joe Cole doesn't get back. And that looks like maybe they've targeted that as an area to try and break England down and get some chances of their own.
Question of getting Gillespie far enough forward to get into the space, isn't it?
That's true.
This is Johnson. In fact, he's over there now, Keith Gillespie, but stood in his own half, and Ashley Cole goes tight to him. And Gillespie has to bring the ball an awful long way, but he's found Capaldi. Good play. Chris Baird now. That landed on the chest of David Beckham. He was tackled by Doherty, fairly, said the referee. This is Damien Johnson. Still lots of energy being expended by Northern Ireland. Here's Elliott. Healy's ahead of him. David Beckham runs back to win the ball. But his pass doesn't find Rooney, who then slides in. But hang on a minute, it's Joe Cole. And now it's Beckham again. And England have got players right and left here. It's Owen. Rooney runs on ahead of him. What's he going to do? Finds Beckham. Lampard's coming up. Lampard's shot and Mike Taylor gets hands to it. Corner.
England spring to life again after a quiet 5-10 minutes. And another good strike by Frank Lampard, this time with his left foot. He's more and more confident on that left foot of his. And it's another fine save. He's got to cross his goal well there, Mike Taylor.
John Terry and Rio Ferdinand taking up their positions again in the centre as Beckham prepares to take the corner. That is Terry, it's Lampard! Couldn't get the shot in, Murdoch heads it clear, Gerrard. Well, if you'd said to Northern Ireland before the kick-off, you'll still be 0-0 with less than 5 minutes to go to half-time, they'd have taken it.
They certainly would have, and you can see now with 5 minutes to go, they're taking heart from the performance so far. They're talking to each other as they're getting up the pitch for Mike Taylor's goal kick, and if they can hang on for 5 minutes, they'll be very satisfied going into the dressing room at half-time.
Well, certainly Sanchez can feel pretty pleased with life. He's had a good performance from his goalkeeper, but England have not managed to carve Northern Ireland open the way that perhaps some people thought they might. This is Ashley Cole. Far too early to talk about England dropping 2 points, but that's what would happen should the score remain 0-0, and the group would then still be very much open. Only one automatic qualifier for the World Cup from the European groups. Runners-up go into a playoff. This is Neville. Lampard finds Joe Cole. Down that side as well. He's found Lampard, trying to shake off Wickley, but there's cover all over the place by Northern Ireland. England have to start again really here. Gerrard, Rooney, Gerrard still. No free kick.
I know England haven't scored, but I think they'll go in at half-time fairly satisfied with their performance. They've created some good chances, and on another day they would have taken one of those. Steven Gerrard just getting a bit of a late tackle, but it was a fair tackle, and he just came out slightly worse.
The official attendance, 65,239 inside Old Trafford. They've yet to see a goal. This is Doherty. Ashley Cole, was he impeded Paul. Well, he thinks so, but the decision has gone England's way, and this is a tricky moment for Northern Ireland. To concede right on half-time would undo so much of their good work, and Beckham has gone across to conduct operations here. I think they were unhappy with that call, but we'll watch the free kick first before we debate that. Beckham and Rooney are both hanging around there, but it's pretty certain that it'll be a Beckham curler. 4 Northern Ireland players ran towards him. Ball was blocked. Rooney, Gerrard tucks it into John Terry, who's still forward here. Wayne Rooney on the ball again. Joe Cole. Outside him is Gary Neville if he needs it. Good solid clearance again by Murdoch, who's been very prominent back there. Into the last minute of the 45, and there won't be much time for stoppages. We haven't had either of the physios on. Neville to take the throw. Beckham trying to find some space. Lampard. Shots on for Frank Lampard. Good block again. Getting some bodies in the way all the time, the Irish. Ashley Cole. Half-time whistles being blown in the crowd. Comes back to Lampard. Into Gerrard. Tries to find Michael Owen.
Again, intricate play by England. Frank Lampard shapes up to have a shot. Plays a good pass to Steven Gerrard. And unfortunately for England, they just can't finish it in the last minute.
Never seems to me to be as much stoppage time in international football as there is in league matches. I don't think the referee's going to hang around here.
He's obviously got a flight to catch, has he?
The 45 is up, and it's Keith Gillespie. Tackled by Ashley Cole. And right on cue, the referee says that's it. It's half-time at Old Trafford in the World Cup, and Northern Ireland have kept England out. Sven-Göran Eriksson's got a bit of thinking to do here. Mike Taylor, the goalkeeper, for me, was the man of the half, really. He made 3 or 4 excellent saves when England did get a chance to shoot, but the Northern Ireland supporters are dead pleased at half-time here. Laurie Sanchez puts away the glasses and checks the watch, but he'll have a team talk, perhaps, saying more. Is this the way to Amarillo?
It was. It wasn't in, I think you said earlier, the hit parade of my generation, maybe the hit parades of your generation. But.
Well, it was originally, but of course Peter Kay has, with his performance on Comic Relief, has brought it to the public attention again, and now it's #1 in the charts. That's a better phrase, is it? Charts rather than hit parade.
Charts.
Happy
is
with
the
that,
right
are you?
word. That's the modern word. There's probably a new word now, actually. I'm 36, so there's probably a new version of that now.
Well, talking of age, I inadvertently made Steve Jones, one of the Northern Ireland substitutes, 18 earlier in the commentary. I'm sorry about the slip of the tongue. In fact, he's 28, and he may come on in the second half. But that's the starting lineup that they used to frustrate England for the first 45 minutes of this World Cup qualifier. We've had no substitutions at half-time, although quite a few of the subs did go through the loosening up procedure on the pitch while the other players were in the dressing room. And Wolfgang Stark, the referee, is checking his watch at the same time as Laurie Sanchez does likewise. England now playing right to left, and still to prove a few things here, Eriksson's team. This is John Terry. Hasn't all been plain sailing for England at Old Trafford. Denmark won here in a friendly, and as we all remember, Greece were winning 2-1 in the 92nd minute on that memorable day in 2001, until Beckham scored the goal that took England to Japan. Years go by so quickly, don't they? Which will be in Germany just over a year from now. Now here's Rooney. Tries to tuck the ball behind there for David Beckham. Oh, and it's come to Joe Cole! And Joe Cole has scored for England in the first minute of the second half.
That's when having a right-sided player, right-footed player on the left side works wonders. It's a good finish by Joe Cole. Unfortunately for Tony Capaldi, he did well to intercept the first pass and then gave the ball straight to Joe Cole in the most dangerous area. You can just see him come inside, he's under pressure from David Beckham, gives it to Joe Cole. and he just bends it round the corner past Mike Taylor. He's got no chance of saving that.
I think Taylor was unsighted, as you rightly say, and Keith Gillespie couldn't quite get there with the tackle, could he? And the ball was masked really from Mike Taylor, and Joe Cole, his third goal for England on his third starting appearance, has tucked it in the corner, and at last England take the lead. Now, what does that mean now in terms of Northern Ireland's attitude, Graham?
Well, they have to come out now. They're going to. That goal is going to draw them out, and they have to try and get something as soon as they can now, which will in turn cause them other problems because it will give England much more space on the pitch.
Well, just see whether they push anybody further up alongside Healy, or whether Sanchez gives it a few minutes and then makes a change of personnel. This is Michael Owen, had his shirt pulled by Murdoch. Rooney, has that opened the gates here for England? Well, I must say, I think Cole started this match ever so well, and he's proved something there by opening the scoring. Here's Gerrard. There he goes again, Joe Cole. Aaron Hughes cuts across. Free kick given against Cole.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Northern Ireland because they've done so well to get to half-time without conceding, and then to self-destruct like that. Obviously, players make mistakes. You can't, you know, he's been playing very well, Tony Capaldi, but now he's given Laurie Sanchez the difficulty of, does he bring somebody else on to support David Healy up front? And I think it's only a matter of minutes before he'll do that. Tony Capaldi's got to get on with the game. He's got to draw strength from the quality of his performance so far. And there's an error in everybody. It's just, unfortunately, he's on a massive stage to make one.
Yes, this is Ashley Cole. And Keith Gillespie's in trouble. He's going to calm down a little bit here. To be exact, it was 61 seconds from the restart that that ball, propelled by Joe Cole, went past Mike Taylor. Here's Frank Lampard. Gerrard. And again. Gary Neville started to make a run behind the defence, but it's Gerrard again. And Wickley trying to dig it out, but Healy's a long way away from everybody else in the green shirt. This is Rooney. Free kick for England. And Damien Johnson has kicked the ball away. This can be a yellow card for dissent. Damien Johnson gets the yellow card. He kicked the ball away in anger when the free kick was given.
I think the frustration is shown on all the Northern Irish players' faces now. There's a great bit of skill by Wayne Rooney. His change of direction at that pace is incredible. And then he just nips past Doherty, who does catch him, and he obviously wins the foul for England.
Johnson, by the way, it's his second yellow card of the competition. He cannot play in Poland on Wednesday for Northern Ireland. But it's a more pressing engagement here for him because Beckham and Lampard are lined up, and it's Lampard who hits this one into the wall for England. Two balls on the pitch. The referee has to stop the game. Now he'll have to drop the ball, won't he, now?
Yeah, I think he's going to give it to David Healy to pass back probably to Paul Robinson in this situation. Which
he gladly does. Well, not gladly does. He's tempted to run on and have his shot at goal.
They need the ball as often as he can get it.
Beckham plays it down to Gary Neville. Gerrard. Oh, little ball inside to Michael Owen. Tucks it back again to Neville. England are really in full cry now. It's a corner on the far side. Neville forced it. Beckham will take it. Terry and Ferdinand will come forward. And Northern Ireland have now got it all on. That's Lampard up. And Johnson to clear. There's nobody on that side for him to pass to. Ashley Cole. Owen. Rooney. Neville. This is David Healy up against Terry. making runs for him. But he goes the other way and he finds Rooney and it's back. Owen's there! It's 2-0. Michael Owen. All the work done by Lampard. And England now have got a real grip on this game. Ericsson knows that those few minutes have probably decided this World Cup qualifier. And Michael Owen, who had that shot saved early on, is so relieved to get back among the goals, Graham.
And you can see how much that means to everyone in the England team. They surrounded Michael Owen to a man and to congratulate him on that goal. It's a driving run by Frank Lampard. Wonderful interplay again. And Michael Owen, that's a decent finish with the outside of his right foot.
It's goal number 29 for England. Michael Owen going into 7th position in the all-time list. And, well, he loves those, doesn't he?
He does. That, by his standards, is a simple tapping, but given the fact that he missed the chance in the first half, I think we all feel for him because of his confidence at the moment, and hopefully that'll get him over that, and he'll go on to have a fantastic second half.
Just wants one more now for the 30, which was the number that Nat Lofthouse, Tom Finning and Alan Shearer finished their international careers with. 2-0 for England on the day, and Northern Ireland now, well, I don't quite know where they go from here. It may be a damage limitation job. This is Rooney. Good work. Oh, Rooney's come round the back. Good work. Lampard's waiting. Rooney. Oh! Michael Owen seemed to go in there on the near post. And it's 3-0. Well, talk about a poacher's goal, but Rooney did so well to come round the back there. It seemed an impossible position, didn't it?
He was forced out wide, he had two defenders around him, used some fantastic strength. And I don't know if Michael Owen has actually struck the ball or the ball struck him when it went in, but you've got Wayne Rooney here, his balance is incredible. Just moves the ball away from Capaldi and Murdoch. It's fantastic feet. And his strength there, to stay on his feet there is unbelievable.
And what happens next, Graham?
It's an own goal.
I think it's an own goal. I don't think that I did. That's the reason I hesitated. I wouldn't have given that to Owen immediately because I think that came up an Irish foot. We shall get a better idea when we see it from another angle.
I think it did.
I think it's Chris Baird, isn't it? The Southampton lad.
Quite possibly. Certainly the pace the ball went into the box at, you couldn't see whether Michael Owen actually got a touch or not. If it had hit him, he was very fortunate, but it's probably come off Chris Baird, I think.
Yeah, it's 3-0 to England, though, and Northern Ireland have crumbled here. They've crumbled.
What Northern Ireland now have to really do is just try and collect their thoughts a little bit and get back to how they played in the first half. I know it's hard, but they just have to try and stop it going beyond them, you know.
When we get the clock back, Graham, I'll tell you how quickly those three goals came. This is Owen. 47, 3 and 6, I think you'll find it is. 3 and 6 minutes. Thank you very much. 54 minutes. So yes, oh dear, what a spell. Northern Ireland just battered there in the opening 6 minutes of the second half. This is Cole. Ashley Cole is through. Goal kick. Goal kick.
I can't see how Northern Ireland are going to cope with this. If England keep up this level, the pace of the game has really gone beyond them. And here you've got Wayne Rooney. It's a fantastic ball. And as you see, it comes off the unfortunate Chris Baird. Michael Owen's there. It would have gone in off him if Chris Baird doesn't get a touch. But that's all about Wayne Rooney, this goal.
That's an own goal by Baird, we were right, yeah. So Owen doesn't claim that one. He still hasn't got to 30. Anyway, England have got to 3. And memories here perhaps of one or two other big scores that they've recorded against Northern Ireland in the past. In fact, way before my time as well, there was a game here just before the war when England beat Northern Ireland 7-0 and a Tottenham forward called Willie Hall scored 5 consecutive goals. Something that Malcolm MacDonald later equalled in an England shirt. This is Lampard. And Sven-Göran Eriksson's high scores as coach remain that 5-1 in Germany and 6-1 against Iceland in a friendly. Here's Joe Cole to Gerrard. Well, I have to say, talk about body strength, the way Rooney got down that line from I mean,
it's unbelievable to keep your balance under that sort of pressure is amazing.
here's Joe Cole again. Gerrard. Beckham. It's a shot on here for David Beckham. David Beckham scored 15 goals for England, Graham, but only 4 of them had actually been in open play. All the others have been free kicks and penalties.
It surprises me that, the way he strikes the ball, it's a terrific strike. If you give him that sort of distance and stand off him, he's going to hit them.
Of course, won't do England's goal difference any harm now, will it? Because if it was a tight finish with Poland at the top, it could come down to that. Here's the unfortunate Baird. Michael Owen robs him. Oh, England got an injury here. It's Ashley Cole who's down on the near side of the field. Play goes on with Beckham. Now Gerrard. Inside to Lampard. And Cole looks to be in some pain here. They're signalling from the touchline to stop the proceedings over there and get attention. Gary Lewin, the England physio, is anxious to get on the pitch. Referee's coming all the way back. He twisted it?
I think he landed on his hip. He went up for a header and came down very heavily on his hip. And I think that's obviously possibly his ribs as well, taking the wind out of him and a bit of discomfort.
Incidentally, the physio there, Gary Lewin, the programme says today this is his 100th England match. In fact, I spoke to Gary last night. It's actually his 99th, and he'll complete his century against Azerbaijan on Wednesday at Newcastle. But it's been a distinguished length of service by the senior physio, who's also been in charge of over 1,000 matches for Arsenal. Joe Cole will be able to look back here and remember a good all-round performance, but also the goal that really opened up this World Cup qualifier. He steered that away from Mike Taylor. Northern Ireland, meantime, are going to make a substitution. Stephen Davis from Aston Villa, 20 years old, is going to come on, and he's going to replace Bristol City's Tommy Docherty. So it'll be number 14 in place of number 8. Now this young man coming on, Stephen Davis, is a player who I think is going to be a regular in the Northern Ireland team in the future as Docherty comes off. There's Davis. He's making a good impression at Villa Park, central midfield player.
I think a few people were surprised he didn't start the game today, but now obviously with his qualities, they'll be looking to get him into play and get some service up to David Healy.
Referee has signalled Ashley Cole back onto the pitch, by the way, so it wasn't serious. This is Gerrard. Well, England can relax a little now, perhaps. This is Davis. Keith Gillespie. Gillespie again. Capaldi's making a strong run behind David Beckham on the far side. Ferdinand across. And he finds Beckham. Well, half an hour still to play here. And Rooney is penalised.
He's overusing his strength there.
It's a free kick to Northern Ireland. They've just pushed Murdoch up alongside the two strikers. Oh, and Aaron Hughes has gone as well now. It's headed on by Hughes. Whitley. Owen slides it out to Beckham. And now Steven Gerrard's free on this side of the pitch. He's not been picked up yet. Rooney goes in first. Corner.
Good run by David Beckham. Had a look up, saw Wayne Rooney charging towards the near post. And it was a good delivery, but very good defending there by Northern Ireland.
Well, here come Terry and Ferdinand again. Both actually still looking for their first England goal. And it's probably be as good a day as any to try and get it. In fact, it's come out again to Lampard. Gerrard. Joe Cole. Lampard to Beckham. Ferdinand, not quite. Just Joe Cole. Rooney. Lampard. Oh, deflection, goal! They can hit Murdoch. Frank Lampard will claim it, but my goodness me, there was a wicked deflection there that left Mike Taylor no chance at all of saving the shot. This is a shot that really, it hits poor old Murdoch and goes down the centre of the goal. That's bad luck, isn't it, Graham Nassau?
They certainly don't deserve that, do they? I mean, it's a good strike by Frank. He's given a bit of space, hits it well. Mike Taylor's covering it until it hits Murdoch on the head and deflects into the empty net.
I think, as Frank will say, he was on target with the shot. He'll claim it as his 8th England goal. Certainly try to if he does. It's his 7th in the last 13 internationals, Lampard. But Murdoch, you have to feel sorry for him there and for the goalkeeper. Well, England now, they are chasing their best total under Sven-Göran Eriksson, aren't they? They've got 4, they've got plenty of time to improve on it. This is Whitley for the Irish. Johnson. Capaldi. Anything now that Northern Ireland can manage will be mere consolation. Baird. Up goes Healy. Well, you have to say 2 unfortunate deflections which have brought about 2 of England's 4 goals. This is Baird who was responsible for one of them. Johnson. Gerrard to Owen. Looks to me, Graham, as though Elliott, the lad from Hull, they've pushed him up alongside Healy now.
Yeah, he seems to be playing up there. Keith Gillespie's moved to the left. Damien Johnson's moved out to the right for Davis to come in the centre of midfield as well. So they're playing much more of a 4-4-2 formation now, and I hope that they can get something out of this game. But every time England have the ball and go forward, they look like each player really believes he's going to score the next goal.
Well, Baird just cuts that one out. Just quickly reviewing these goals. I mean, just a minute into the second half, Joe Cole, 52 minutes Michael Owen, 54 minutes Baird own goal, 62 minutes Lampard via Murdoch, 4-0 to England. 4 goals in just under 16 minutes, a breathtaking spell really, and one that Northern Ireland won't want to remember. It was going so well for them up to half-time, and then England just pushed their foot hard down on the pedal.
I think it shows what pressure and quality really does to you. If you keep the principles right, keep doing the same things, really believe in what you're trying to achieve, eventually the goals will come. And I know Northern Ireland conceded 2 own goals, but they were both created by opportune moments from England players. One shot from Frank Lampard, and obviously the wonderful one run by Wayne Rooney. So those goals came about because of that. Ashley
Cole. Beckham's moved into the centre here. Cole gives it to Rooney. Stephen Davis, the young substitute. Oh, free kick. Ashley Cole penalised.
Again, in international football, you're not going to get away with a tackle like that. He's wrapped his legs round Stephen Davis and committed the foul.
There's an article about that in the new FIFA magazine, Graham. They're making the point that just because you take a bit of the ball, if you take the man as well, as you rightly said, at this level, it's a foul.
That's right, and I think in the Premiership you're sort of more likely to get away with things like that.
Now then, Murdoch is forward this time, trying to engineer something at the other end. It's come out to Joe Cole, and Michael Owen is off down the middle. Rooney further over, still Joe Cole. He's gone past Whitley, he's kept his balance, and he's found Owen, and they want it on the far post. Rooney's there. It doesn't come. Baird concedes the corner.
Michael Owen will think he should have done better there. I think just as he got into a chance where he was going to maybe have a shot, he tried to take an extra touch. Good run by Joe Cole again, showing the same sort of strength and qualities that Wayne Rooney showed earlier.
David Beckham will take the corner as usual. He's taking them from both sides, and as usual as well, the two centre-backs are up. John Terry nearly made it, he made still.
John Terry's desperate to score, isn't he? He's trying to make a challenge there with Mike Taylor. He's got absolutely no chance of winning the ball, but he's so desperate, John. That's the way he plays the game. He's desperate to win every tackle, win every header, and score a goal even when he's got no right to.
This is Gillespie. How much did you see of John Terry as a developing player at Chelsea?
No, I was at Chelsea when he was a young lad, and something that always impressed me with him was that he always wanted to learn.
And here's another one who does, Wayne Rooney, trying to go past Murdoch. Michael Owen with the goalkeeper. It's come out to Joe Cole, and England are queuing up in the centre. Cole to Beckham. Northern Ireland look a bit shattered to me now.
They do. I think that, as we said in the first half, they used a lot of energy in trying to close England down. And now England are breaking forward in numbers, and a little bit more quality on the final sort of effort, and I think there'll be a couple more goals here.
Well, Laurie Sanchez has lost Johnson to the next match, and he hasn't really got many options now except to hope his side don't fold completely.
Yeah, but as the guys were saying at half-time, they don't have a huge depth in their squad, so when you get into a situation where you go a goal behind, you're limited with what your options are, which is always going to make it difficult to come back.
Here's Johnson. And that's in by Baird. Elliott's in the centre, and it's Gerrard who clears that up for England, and Robinson just chips the ball out to Beckham. Looking out for Michael Owen. What a great ball by Beckham, and well taken by Owen too. Rooney's next to him, but here he is. Back again to Owen, surely this time. Hughes is the defender. Owen just forced wide there by the Northern Ireland captain. Beckham now. Rooney! Oh, and Joe Cole can still retrieve it. He's teasing them a bit here, he forces a corner.
Fine interplay again by England. Wonderful pass by David Beckham to start the move off, and Michael Owen does well. Aaron Hughes does better under the circumstances, shepherding him out and away from danger.
That was England's 10th corner. Northern Ireland haven't had one. Here's Ashley Cole. Rooney. Svenjor and Eriksson was hoping for a victory with a certain amount of style today, and it looks as though that's what he's going to get. He can also now, of course, Graham, utilise his squad a little bit, can't he?
He can give people a chance to play. Looks like Kieran Dyer's getting ready to come on. Gives him an opportunity to show what he can do in a competitive match. And I think that now that England are so comfortable, they can start to use various players and see what their options are.
Dyer and Hargreaves by the look of it. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Beckham come off at this stage. Had a bit of back trouble earlier in the week. They want him for Wednesday. Here's Davis. John Terry taking a tumble. Davis again. Nice ball into Elliott. Johnson. It's Capaldi. Well, the intensity may well drain out of the game a little bit now. It's become very one-sided. Elliott, back to Healy. Incidentally, no score still at the Millennium Stadium. Healy getting a shot in there. It's still Wales nil, Austria nil. Down at Cardiff, it's not good enough for the Welsh side if they had any lingering hopes. They had to win these two games against Austria. I don't think the Austrians are necessarily going to be a force either. I think it's, unless something unexpected happens, this is an England-Poland situation all over again, this group. Now then, here come the subs, and it will be Gerrard to go off for one, Hargreaves and Dyer, the two coming on. Beckham as I thought. Now these two have been almost perennial substitutes. It's Hargreaves' 26th England cap, 18 have been of sub, and it's Dyer's 27th, and 19 have been a sub. And in the meantime, David Beckham's given the armband to Michael Owen. Rooney. Mind you, Dyer's been in prolific form for Newcastle. It's a real chance for him, this, to show what he can do. Now, here's Rooney. Dyer's gone to his right, and he's gone through. This is Kieran Dyer, and he sets it up for Frank Lampard, who hits the bar.
It was too easy for Frank, that chance, wasn't it? And he just leant back as he struck it. Great impact Kieran Dyer's had on the game. He said he's in prolific form. He certainly showed that to you there. Wonderful run inside the fullback. Good composure. And Frank's got to be very disappointed he's not scored there. That's a chance missed.
Yeah, it was an excellent piece of play by Dyer, has just come onto the field. Gillespie, who's playing much more on the left now. He'll get a free kick there again, you see. The player says, I got the ball, Gary Neville, but that isn't quite the point, as we were saying a minute or two ago. It's a dangerous tackle.
And he didn't get the ball, but it's the intent, you know. I think it's the way you go into tackles as much as anything that European refs tend to pick up on. If you go in with too much aggression, you're giving the signs that you're actually trying to hurt somebody, and they'll give a free kick. I say in the Premiership, because it's a bit more competitive in some respects, and there's a history of it being a much more of a sort of aggressive game in our league, you get these decisions going for and against you. At international level, you won't get away with it.
That's Healy with the free kick, and Gary Neville heads clear. Back up again by Baird. Well, really, England have got a chance to pile some goals into the plus column, not only today, but probably on Wednesday against Azerbaijan. So this will have done the confidence of the goal scorers no harm at all. This is, it was Elliott, it's now Lampard. And it's Joe Cole. And Ashley Cole. Hargreaves combining with Lampard. They'll be on opposite sides when Chelsea play Bayern Munich shortly. Do you know what Hargreaves' best position is? I've never been quite sure about that.
No, I'm not sure myself. He comes across as a central midfield player, as a holding midfielder, but in this squad, with the likes of Gerrard and Frank Lampard, I think he's going to really have to bide his time to get a good chance. But I can't believe the amount of caps he's got. I was surprised when you said it.
Mostly, as I say, coming on quite late in the game. This is Ashley Cole, who's never been a substitute. Actually, he's 38 caps have all been as a starter. So 15 minutes left in the World Cup qualifier at Old Trafford. England 4, Northern Ireland 0. Lampard to Rooney. Again, Hargreaves. Gary Neville trying to pick out Cole, but it was Baird who got a touch there. This is Lampard, well played, sets himself up, or can he set somebody else up? Goal kick's been given.
Yeah, Frank knows he got the last touch on that. The situation now with the Northern Irish is they're actually getting deeper and deeper, and that's allowing players like Owen Hargreaves and Frank Lampard to pick the ball up in more dangerous areas now and create opportunities.
Well, this is the third England substitute being prepared. Jermaine Defoe will be keen to get on and emphasise his particular claims as a striker. imagine Rooney will come off, because Rooney has, funnily enough, has never completed 90 minutes for England. He's either come off or been carried off in the case of the European Championships. Unfortunate injury which really did blight England's chances in Portugal.
He's only young, John, so you've got to save his legs a little bit, you know. It's like when you're young and old, it's the same.
Speaking from experience there.
Very much so.
Here's Joe Cole, and for the moment Defoe can't get on because the ball's still in play. It's Hargreaves. Northern Ireland were appealing for offside there, it didn't come. This is Capaldi. Elliott. Only 2 outfield players, Graham, on the Northern Ireland side play regularly in the Premiership. We ought to make that point.
That's right, and I think, you know, all things considered, apart from that 16 minutes where they got totally taken apart, they've given a good account of themselves, and if they can keep their sort of discipline for the last 10 minutes, then, you know, at least they can go away with a little bit of respect and feel that they've learnt a lot from today's game.
I'd be sorry to see them score a consolation goal, at least to put an end to that 25 years of famine against England. Wouldn't do England any harm either, really, at the moment. This is Rooney. Well, he's won it back. He's had an extended stay because he was going to come off a minute ago, but they couldn't get the ball out of play. It's still Rooney. Kieran Dyer on the far side. Rooney again. Into Owen. Owen and Lampard combining there. And still Jermaine Defoe waits patiently on the touchline. Very long passage of play without the ball going out, and here's Healy with Elliott in the centre for Northern Ireland. But also in the centre was John Terry. And still Rooney's on the field, and I think he knows probably that it won't be for very much longer. Wasn't very happy there.
I don't know what he was complaining about. It was an awful pass by him. I don't know whether he was shooting or trying to put Michael Owen in.
Oh, and that's a foul by Rio Ferdinand on Elliott, and so this is the moment when Rooney will say his farewell, and he'll be replaced by Jermaine Defoe of Tottenham Hotspur.
This shows the depth of the England squad and the quality that we have at our disposal these days. Off comes Wayne Rooney, who's had a huge impact on the game, and on comes Jermaine Defoe, who's obviously got a very good goal-scoring record for Spurs and is looking to impress the coach on this stage.
21 goals, actually, Graham, for Tottenham this season, Defoe. And one for England as well, of course, a very important one in Poland. So a free kick to Northern Ireland to be taken by Baird. Murdoch and Elliott closing in, but their way is blocked. Last 10 minutes, probably going to be a little academic now. Here's Hargreaves. Oh, Dyer's made a terrific run again down the right-hand side. And he's got behind Gillespie and he's taking on Capaldi. It's a very, very good run by Kieran Dyer, and Michael Owen swings his right foot and sends the ball over the bar.
That was a carbon copy of the Frank Lampard chance, wasn't it? Great run by Kieran Dyer. His pace is electrifying when he gets going. He's well picked out, and then he does well. He goes outside, then comes inside, and you've got another great opportunity for Michael Owen. Disappointing finish.
Don't forget to join us again at 7:30 on Wednesday night on BBC One. England versus Azerbaijan, another World Cup qualifier. That's being played at Newcastle, which means that I would think Kieran Dyer would welcome the chance to start.
I think with the fact, the spell that he's sort of had already since he's been on the pitch, he's trying to make a case for himself to start.
It'll be interesting to see what Eriksson decides to do about that lineup. This is Defoe. Back again from Cole. Healy. Davis. It's Jeff Whitley. Going around in circles, really. Hargreaves has got the ball away, and now he's got everything to his left, Owen and Cole, and he gets challenged by Whitley. Play on, says the German referee. Owen, nice crisp pass by Lampard, and Owen is impeded this time from behind by Davis. Free kick to England. What, 25 to 30 yards out? Beckham has left the field, so somebody else can have a go. Maybe Lampard.
Yeah, he had a shot earlier on, didn't he, from distance, hit the wall, and I think he'll be quite keen to have another effort.
Hargreaves is there as well. When Jeff Whitley gets back 10 yards, they can take it. The referee's going to get anxious about this in a minute. And it is Hargreaves.
It lacked power, but it had direction, but it was a comfortable save for Mike Taylor.
Well, those saves that Mike Taylor made in the first half seem a long way away now. They kept Northern Ireland in the match up to half-time, but a cascade of England goals just after the break has put this... Oh, it's offside. Dyer's offside. Put this match very much into the context that many people expected. A comfortable win and 3 points for Eriksson's team. And in all probability, 3 more on Wednesday, which... Although if Poland win both their games, Graham, it doesn't change the group position, really, does it?
No, that's right, it doesn't. I think when England play Azerbaijan on Wednesday, they'll approach the game in much the same manner, because Azerbaijan will do exactly what Northern Ireland have tried to do today, and that's just pen England in and keep them at bay as long as they can.
Now here is, I was going to say, 28-year-old Steve Jones, winger or striker, who may come on for a brief spell. There's 6 minutes to go at Old Trafford. This is Joe Cole. Just bustled out of it there by Murdoch. And Johnson. Elliott nearly got in behind. John Terry, I think, probably blocked him there. Owen. Do you feel there's anything significant to come out of the victory, other than obviously the goals and the points? Would you say Joe Cole's performance has created a little bit of interest?
Yeah, Joe Cole has played very, very well today. And I think really that what Eriksson will be trying to do with his team is to get them to play to a set of principles, and they seem to be doing that. So consistency is everything, and not only in selection, but in the way the players approach games. These games can be very difficult, but England have pursued a certain path, and they've really reaped the benefits in the second half.
Of course, against British opposition, 4-4-2 probably works. I mean, he may not necessarily play that way every time.
No, but if you've got players in that position playing that well, then you've got to stick with that system.
Now then, Gary Neville pushing the ball in, and it's Joe Cole again. We have some news from Cardiff, and it's not good news for the Welsh. Wales 0, Austria 1. Oh, and Mike Taylor down. Hargreaves had that shot, and it was Bastic who scored for Austria in Cardiff. So that just about sinks Wales in the group, and this will sink Northern Ireland Austria perhaps making an attempt to catch up Poland and England. And those two countries have both got to come to Old Trafford in the autumn, by the way. This is Johnson. The clock's on an hour, Graham.
Yeah, it is.
Just checking on that. Don't go to too many nightclubs, will you?
No, I won't. I'm too old for that as well. Too old for international football, too old for going to nightclubs, John.
Here's Joe Cole, and I think Lampard will steam on a little bit here. Dyer wants it played through. Northern Ireland is still trying to get two substitutes on down underneath us. Keith Gillespie. Subs are only going to have about 2 minutes action, and coming on now, Steve Jones, number 15, a forward, and number 13, another striker, Andy Kirk, who Jeff Whitley coming off there. Andy Kirk, quite interesting, he made a big impact at Boston United this season, over 20 goals, and then Northampton Town paid £125,000 for him. That's the other lad, that's Jones, but Kirk, who started at Glentoran and then went to Hearts, here he is. He's going to replace Healy. But as I said, they're not going to be on very long. We're in the 89th minute here.
I expect there's a few Northern Irish lads that don't want the ref to play any extra time or injury time, because I think they're just exhausted and want to get off the pitch by now.
Yes, I think they'll England and Northern Ireland will probably settle for 4, but not if Joe Cole has much to do with it. Still looking lively. This is Hargreaves. So England christen their new kit with a convincing victory. Ashley Cole finds Lampard. Now then, Jermaine Defoe. First chance, perhaps his only one to show what he can do. He's found Cole. Defoe again. Well, they've got players over on the far side. England in the Northern Ireland marking it. Cole has a shot, but if he looked up and crossed that, there were two England players completely free. One of them was Dyer. Gary Neville's the other one. Now they'll get one. Neville. Owen. It might just be a little bit of stoppage time now. Gary Lewin was on the pitch once, looking at Ashley Cole. It's a foul.
The referee's indicated a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Well, now it's got worse for Wales. Strenzel has scored for Austria to make it 2-0 down in Cardiff. That really does not mean good news for the incoming manager, John Toshak. Home defeat. That match being played at the same time as this one. But a good message sent out by the Northern Ireland supporters. They've really added to the occasion. And their team have done as well, as Graham said, as I think you could have expected, bearing in mind the gulf in class as to where these players actually earn their living. This is Lampard to Hargreaves.
I think what Northern Ireland have done is they've epitomised teamwork, really.
Well, here's Jones, but John Terry has committed in the 91st minute as he would be in the first. This is Kieran Dyer. And now it's Owen, and Cole, and Defoe, and still doing his level best back there against Defoe was Murdoch. England will have a corner. This must surely be the last action of the game. So here come Terry and Ferdinand, still trying to get off the mark for England. It's been played short to Kieran Dyer. In the last few seconds, it's Gary Neville. He's not scored for England either. Owen coming in. 2 against 1 there for a moment, but Ashley Cole quite happy.
Nice composure by Ashley Cole, knew exactly where Paul Robinson was, and just cushions a header back to him just to run down the last few seconds of the clock. But I think Northern Ireland, what they've done, they've shown how well you can do if you work as a team. But ultimately, if you haven't got the quality, you're not going to achieve the result.
Well, we had a match for 45 minutes, but then Eriksson, who's never lost a qualifier, it's now 15 wins and 4 draws for him in this type of match. In 19 games, he can afford to smile. Michael Owen will be absolutely delighted that a chance came his way. The second goal is down to him. Joe Cole got the first. Then there was an own goal by Baird, and Lampard finished it off via the unfortunate deflection of Murdoch. But a nice moment there between the two coaches. Laurie Sanchez now takes his team to Poland. Sven-Göran Eriksson prepares England for Azerbaijan on Wednesday night at Newcastle, where we'll be live again to show you what happens. But all in all, I think we've got to say here, this was the kind of result most people would have expected, even though it took England into the second half to emphasise their superiority. The final score in the World Cup qualifier at Old Trafford, England 4, Northern Ireland 0.
Well, it was all pretty comfortable in the end for England, 4-0 winners, and it all happened, Alan, just after the second half.